What is good, guys? themtvernonkid here, coming to you again. Welcome back to the channel, as always. And today, guys, we're going to do a list coming from Marvelous Videos. Link in the description down below. It's entitled 9 Great Remakes of Classic Animated Shows. Looking forward to seeing what is on this list. We're just going to run through the whole video. I'm not going to chop it up, being that there's 8. We're just going to run through, but link in the description down below for Marvelous's channel, so you can, if you like, subscribe to him and watch more of his content. He's cool. But other than that, let's get to it. Here we go. Thank you for hitting that play button. And now.
Thunder! Thunder! Thundercats!
9 great remakes of classic animated shows that are really good. The world of animation and cartoon shows owes heavily to the 80s and 90s. It's the era when some of the finest classics hit the screens and encompassed a massive audience.
That's right.
They would have only been fond memories today had some of them not been remade. Now, there is a thing about reboots and remakes. They can go terribly wrong. It's so easy to mess up a classic during a remake if one ignores the roots. Tampering with the content in any way is never appreciated by the fans, and more often than not, such remake attempts end in disaster.
That is
However,
true.
There are some exceptions when the makers manage to retain the charm and authenticity of the original classic. In this video, we've assembled some of these animated shows that will allow you to revisit the glorious past, back in the times when animated shows promised great entertainment. Before we go into our list, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click from you, but it means a lot to us. Thank you. Let's begin.
I'm glad they put this. Yes, the DuckTales is great. This is good. Good start. Good start.
2017. Remember the good old days when characters like Donald Duck and Scrooge McDuck brought a smile to your face? The reboot version of the 80s classic will not disappoint, as the makers have adhered to the ideas of animation that were used back in the day. The story revolved around Scrooge McDuck, who gains custody of his 3 grandnephews. These are 3 mischievous kids who uncover some secrets of the family during their stay with their trillionaire relative. Their adventures form the storyline for 3 seasons of this brilliant show. While the animation style has been retained, the animation quality is brilliant for this show. The comic book feel will appeal to certain viewers, and so will the entertaining turn of events. The storyline has elements of adventure, humor, and the nature of the characters has not been tampered a lot when compared to the original DuckTales series. The voice acting for this show is phenomenal, and you will literally have nothing to complain about.
David Tennant is perfect as
of how
Scrooge.
remakes should be.
Alright, X-Men Evolution. I wouldn't really call this a remake, but alright.
X-Men Evolution, 2000. At the school for gifted youngsters, Professor Xavier trains mutants so that they do not harm others or themselves and use their powers only for good. An evil scientist is doing the same thing, except that he's training some deadly mutants to spell doom on the world.
Evil scientists?
What
What evil scientists are we talking about?
What appeals the most is that this series is a prequel to how the heroes of X-Men and their adversaries were groomed, and what caused these kids to pick the side of good or evil as they grew up. This is a delight for X-Men purists, as it offers a chance to look into these characters yet again, only this time they're younger. The series has a brilliant storyline where all the subplots are tightly knit. The characters were favorites among the younger audiences in particular. One of the drawing points for this remake was that they were offering something new in the garb of the same old characters. With a better animation quality, some stunning voice acting, and the numerous cool plots, this show is sure to steal your heart. Better than the original? We leave that for you to decide.
Yeah, well, this is my show. That's the good one. You ruined it.
Thundercats, 2011.
I would not call this a good remake. Nope.
Is back with a bang. The story is entertaining as ever as the young Thundercat Lord Lion-O takes on the
I was not a
evil
fan.
Mum-Ra. Lion-O must save the third Earth after his home planet stands destroyed by Mum-Ra. He has some survivors helping him out. For many, this reincarnation of Thundercats was an emotionally charged, darker version of itself. Some of the sub-characters have been reworked with, but the makers have not tampered with the theme of this show. The series is blessed with an impeccable storyline that keeps the viewers guessing for the turn of events. The animation quality is incredible.
I
And
will
the show
admit,
is
the
some decent
animation
voice
is
acting
good,
to
but
add to the goodness.
they
One of the nostalgic
messed up
moments is
a
when
lot
the
of stuff
voiceover
too.
actor for the original series, Larry Kenny, has a brief cameo. All in all, this is a series that will not disappoint you, but what's going to make you extremely sad is the fact that the series was abruptly canceled because they couldn't sell the toys. They once again rebooted it recently. It's called Thundercats Roar. Just stay away from that
BS.
dumpster fire.
Yeah, you better stay away from that. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Yes. Now we're talking.
He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Oh, yeah.
2002. He-Man is back and back in style. With some stunning fight scenes, suspense, and drama, this cartoon show ruled the hearts of kids. Those who frown upon a remake will find every reason to like this one. The story traces the same trajectory as before. We see He-Man teaming up with the Defenders of Eternia. They must defeat the evil forces of Skeletor, and that certainly is no mean task. Apart from Skeletor, they also added Snake Man as He-Man's arch-nemesis, which was an interesting fresh concept. This series sets a good example for those who are willing to try out a remake of some good old classic. The animation is modern and mature, and we can say the characters look even better than before. The fight sequences get more explosive and entertaining. This animated series has a great storyline that makes every episode a thrilling adventure for the viewer. The characters are all the same as before, and this time you have more depth added to the characters. Another brilliant aspect of this remake is how they've used voice actors who sound very similar to the ones in the previous edition. This series is simply too good to miss out.
Your teachings, little Ninja. Well, guess this is it. Take care, guys. I won't ever forget you.
And we won't forget you, Cody. Thanks for everything.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Oh, yeah.
2003. They're back again, New York's finest defense forces. As crime lord Shredder along with his evil companions spell disaster on the city, it's up to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to take them on. They have help in the form of their sensei, Master Splinter, and some other allies. Our modern muscle-bound turtles faced even more dangerous villains in this series than Shredder. This cartoon series has entertained fans in great numbers with its dark yet comical
I didn't
themes.
care for the
It's not
last few
exactly the
seasons,
same as
especially when
before, but the new
they went
elements
back
add to
in
the
the
fun quotient. The stories are
Time
well constructed,
Force or
action
whatever the
scenes are
hell.
thrilling, and every
But the
episode
original
feels like we're
seasons,
actually reading
yeah.
a comic book. The slapstick humor and puns add to the entertainment factor. The voice acting was up to the mark, which made the characters come alive. For a Ninja Turtles cartoon, the characters are surprisingly mature and humane. Remakes are seldom done better, and it would be a tragedy to miss out on the brilliance of this one.
Voltron. Oh yeah.
The universe, huh? It's got a nice ring to it.
DreamWorks Voltron.
Voltron Legendary Defender, 2016. Intergalactic battles with alien forces have
Good
been
series.
a theme for several
Very
cartoon
much
shows.
enjoyed it.
Few, however, have managed to pull it off as well as Voltron Legendary Defender. The story focuses
And
on
even
five
with the
teenagers
little
who are
tweaks
all
they
that stand
did,
between the evil
still
forces
worked.
of King Zarkon and the destruction of the galaxy.
Like Pidge being
Their
a
adventures as
female.
they try
I was
to
like,
foil the
okay.
disastrous plans of King Zarkon form the basis of the episodes in this series. This show was released when Netflix was just beginning to become an internet mega giant. Voltron was one of the most important shows on the platform, and a lot of people were subscribing to Netflix just to watch this show. The numerous pop culture references make the storyline interesting. The memories of the previous Voltron show are charged with this amazing reboot. There are some really balanced, interesting characters in this series, and the show uses its runtime efficiently to get the viewers interested in their stories. The heroic robot Voltron is as gallant as ever. There are no complaints regarding the animation quality for this show as it lives up to the expectations. The series could have ended better, but that takes nothing away from the mesmerizing initial seasons. The plot is the moments of suspense that will leave you clutching at your seats.
Oh wow, they put G.I. Joe. Which G.I. Joe we talking about? Oh, Resolution. Yeah, Resolution was good.
2009. The G.I. Joe Elite Commando Force is back in action. This time they have a challenging mission where they must stop the powerful terror outfit, Cobra. This terrorist organization plans to take over the world, and the G.I. Joe Commandos must foil their plans. G.I. Joe holds a special place in the hearts of the fans, and this series will not disappoint your expectations.
G.I. Joe
Be aware
Resolute
this show
was
is
good.
geared towards the adult audience and is packed with a lot of violence. This time when the bombs are dropped on the enemies, they don't get back up, they die. Cobra Commander destroys a full-blown city in this show. Despite the limited time, the story for this series pans out really well. It is neither rushed nor slow and has all the elements to keep your eyes glued to the screens. In comparison to the original version, the G.I. Joe characters appear more realistic. The animation is certainly an improvement, and this remake has managed to hold together the essence of the original classic. The battle scenes in particular are very impressive, and the fights have been made to look as realistic as possible. If you invest your time into watching this one, we can promise that it would be worth all your efforts.
Ah, Beast Wars. Oh yeah. I wouldn't call that a remake. It's more of a
Transformers Beast Wars.
kind of a
96.
pre
When two
sequel.
spaceships crash land on a pre-humanoid planet, the good and the bad forces assume animal forms and fight each other. You have the evil Predacons on one hand and the heroic Maximals on the other as they transform into robotic forms and indulge in battles. As the Beast Wars begin, you're treated to a great comeback of the Transformers. You will enjoy the aspect of your favorite Transformers characters in your
Dinobot.
animal avatar. For instance, Optimus Prime is turned into a gorilla, and Megatron has the form of a T-Rex dinosaur. It would be unfair to compare this show with its predecessor, but both have flourished in their own way. Some features have been maintained in this classic reboot attempt. For instance, the bad guys would often turn into good guys after shifting allegiance. Humor, drama, and action, you could have it all in this entertaining series. This is one remake that brings back the good memories instead of shattering them. This is a 3D animated show. It looked cutting edge back in the 90s, but if you see it now, it appears extremely dated. But if you can ignore the graphics
It's
and
still
focus on
good.
the story,
Storytelling
my
is
God,
what makes
this show
it.
is one of the
Especially
best Transformers
Dinobots
series of all
when he
time.
died. Oh Jesus!
Another mystery bites the dust.
Way to go, gang!
Let's celebrate.
Oh, Mystery Inc. I actually like this.
Scooby-Doo, Mystery Incorporated.
This was actually really good. I enjoyed Mystery
Forget
Incorporated.
The beloved gang of Scooby-Doo and the team.
This
of
was probably the last
Mystery
Scooby-Doo
As this cartoon series
show
had
that I
begun,
actually
the
liked.
Fans were entertained with a new set of adventures as the gang explored some creepy mysteries in Crystal Cove. The place had a long history of supernatural events, and as the iconic characters arrive, it's time for a showdown. Many fans have dubbed this the best Scooby show that was ever made. The storyline takes a more serious turn than before, and it's no longer only about goofy tales. The brilliant work with the animation and background score has ensured that the spooky effect is heightened in this series. The character of Shaggy is still hilarious, but this time he harbors a deep secret as well. All the other characters, including that of the famous Great Dane, Scooby-Doo, have evolved and evolved well. The appearances for characters such as Velma have been appropriately modernized. Plus, this time, Scooby-Doo was not just an episodic show, and there was an overarching story that was supposed to tie up all the adventures of Scooby and the gang. In short, for all the Scooby fans out there, this will be an absolute treat.
Yeah, Mystery was good. I enjoyed that. What's the last one? Alright, y'all. That's the end of the video. Okay. The list was pretty good, you know, and they're shooting off fireworks again, guys. If you hear the pop, 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 that's firework going off. The only one on there that I really don't care for is the Thundercats remake. I did not like that. I just felt like they went way off what they were trying to do. I didn't like the portrayal of the characters, especially Cheetara. I hated that version of Cheetara. I was like, I literally said she was a bitch at times. I didn't like her. Like the way she used Lino, and then she was really in love with Tigra, and then when Lino seemed to be maybe getting another, you know, they introduced Humaira. She turned out to be bad, and I was just like, what? No, I didn't like it. I did like Mumra, his design, but other than that, I was not a fan of that. I'll take the original over that any day. And that bullshit other show, you know what? You know where that show can go. The rest of the list was damn good. All those cartoons I love and watch. The He-Man remake, love that. The X-Men Evolution, love that. Actually, that's celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. Marvel is about to reintroduce the tie-in comics later this year. Beast Wars, of course, I loved. I thought it was great when they finally revealed that they were in prehistoric Earth, and you know, and the Maximals and the Predacons are the successors to the Autobots and the Decepticons. Just some great stuff. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the 2000s was great. That was like a mixture of the original Mirage comics and a little bit of the movies, which was great. But those were just good shows. The only one, like I said before, was the Thundercats. Other than that, all them other cartoons I can still sit down and watch and love. I enjoyed, like I said before, I enjoyed the Voltron or Legendary Defender. I thought that was a really good remake, and they really went more in depth with the characters, from Keith to Lance to everybody. And like I said, even the minor tweak that they did for one character, Pidge, I was like, okay, so Pidge is a girl. Alright, no problem. Because in the original, Pidge kind of looked like a girl. I was like, kind of looks like a girl. But I thought it was great. This was a good list, indeed. Pretty good list, indeed. The only one, like I said before, the only one is the Thundercats. If you were a fan of that series, fine. No problem. No problem. I'm not going to hate you for that. But for me, it just wasn't my cup of tea. It just, the animation was good, but just the story alone just did not, I couldn't. And the portrayal of some of the characters just didn't work for me. Sorry. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the video, guys. As always, this is themtvernonkid. Say peace, love, stay tuned, keep it real, guys. As always, thank you for watching. Leave your leave your comments in the section down below. Like, subscribe, get some thumbs up on here as well. And deuces.